Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. We're back for some more GT4 racing and what might be our final GT4 race. I still haven't decided if I want to do the final round next week at Silverstone, as it's a long 90-minute race instead of two 25-minute races. There we can switch on over. Welcome, welcome. We are here at Watkins Glen, or as some people have described it, Watkins Glen. It is very wet, it is also very dark, being at past 10 PM, and it is miserable conditions, so let's go racing. Well, we've got a couple of minutes left before the start of quali. 20-minute quali session will be more useful here than it would be at other so far this season with the weather conditions. So far in practice, looks like the Porsches are quite strong as usual, and that the Ginettas might be a bit strong too as well, but we're in the mix. We're in the mix. I think I still had no, I got all my fastest sectors on that final lap. Only 100th off of getting fastest first sector. But yeah, it'll be an important qualifying session. We want to try and make sure we're as far up the grid as possible so that we have the least amount of spray. The rain is, as you can see, it is pretty intense, 60% intensity from our overlay. More than half is quite wet. The track's not flooded, doesn't seem close to being that close to being flooded. But Watkins Glen can be a very easy track to make mistakes on in the wet, especially up through the S's. If you get off the racing line, where the track's just a little bit wetter, you end up having a bad time. You end up generally floating off into the barrier. There's no other way to put that. We're at the back of the pit lanes, so 2.61, so I'll say 2.65 for lap calculation for how long the race will be. So how many laps the race should be, I should say. We know it's going to be 25 minutes long. Yeah, that should see us have a 13 lap race, which means we need about 36 litres of fuel. Put 17 litres in for quali. I think that should do us for 7 laps. Oh, the rain is... we do have moderate rain plus in 30 minutes, which if you don't know just means that the rain is going to be heavier than it is now, but not so much heavier that's then considered heavy rain. We do have quite a trip through pit lane. So we will get the car ready to go at least. I think that might be a good point to go. It seems like quite a few people are thinking now is a good time. Don't want to wait too long that the other cars get round. Cars still waiting in pit lane. Okay, right. We have a lot of space behind us, so I think I'm just gonna let myself drop back into that space. Don't feel the need to push more. It looks like someone crashed on the out lap in front. That's a little bit embarrassing. To get up to speed a bit now. Of our right lap. Go on and start our first flying lap. Like that first person to crash up through the S's. Car starts skidding across the road a little bit there through the left-hander. Yep, night race in the rain. Welcome, Iris. Get the rotation in the car there. You can get away with sort of planting the throttle. You kind of break traction in the rear wheels, but it helps rotate the car. Looks like someone else has crashed up through the S's. up to good pressure now.
Yellow flag is set to 1.
A little bit of a slide through the first corner. Not sliding the car through the S's this time. 2.0 last lap. Really want to be a bit quicker than that, which we definitely can be. Car's actually getting quite high in pressure. Track might be a little bit drier than it was for practice. Now with nearly everyone being out on track, it will be certain people will be helping to try it out. Oh. Really annoying to invalidate that in the last lap. 20.3, yeah, that would have been good. Couple of cars coming out of the pits.
Yellow flag is set to 2.
I hope this McLaren lets us through before the chicane.
Car on the left. Me on the left.
S3 on the exit, which worked out alright. I have a nice gap in front of us. Try and finish our first lap. Try not to run wide at the final corner again. Which we avoid. Felt like a good run through the final corner. 19.9 puts us P5.
Yellow flag is set to 2.
That's 0.7 off. Time's much quicker in this quali session than they were in practice.
Yellow flag is set to 2 in front.
confirming that, yeah, the track pretty much is a bit drier. And that we're gonna have to push a bit harder. Two tenths up on this lap so far. Now 4.5. A little bit deep here. Lost 2 tenths through that left-hander. Yeah, not a good end to the lap.
Well done, mate, with the fastest lap so far.
It's a bit too brave on throttle. Don't have the fuel for any more laps. So set up. Could take the pressures down by a half. Right behind us. I will probably have to let through.
Yellow flag in sector 3. Yellow flag, be careful there.
Nearly ran myself out of car behind. Decided to bail on their lap. So we sit basically 1.7 down on the current pole time. A couple of cars not too far in front of us.
Yellow flag ahead, child in front.
One of them has pulled off. Gonna try and get a slightly bigger gap. Little late just turning in. Oh, I tapped the wall, didn't think I was that close to it. Didn't do any damage. Certainly unsettled the car and cost us a little bit of time this lap.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
can kind of see the dry line on the track. Finding any time on this lap. Good run through the penultimate corner brings us level with our delta. So we go to start our penultimate lap. A bit of a slide in the exit of T1 on the curb.
Yellow flag is set to 2.
By a 10th up. No, we have a 10th in the penultimate corner. Yeah, I've just had my lap fucked by this BMW. Now, by the rules, I'm not allowed to pass them, but so I'm just going to stick behind them and distract them for the entire lap. And like they've messed it up. That's so pointless. What a twat. Yeah, so have a look. Yeah, that final lap wasn't any quicker because I had to follow them through the final sector. And it's like, you're on an out lap. you're on a ninth lap. Why not just, you know, let the quicker car go through? You know, you still have an extra minute of the session to find track space, you know, rather than hold them up at the end of their lap and then have them right on your tail through the next lap. You know, it's like, you know, you're forcing me to either abandon the lap I'm currently on or abandon the next lap. I mean, it's unlikely we've got... I probably would have got P7 if I got to finish that lap.
Conditions are wet. We have some slippery curves.
So it's not too significant, but it would have been nice. But setup-wise, it's hard to know what to do with the pressures. Like, those pressures weren't too bad. I'm at least got up them by 2 clicks. Put the fuel back up to 36. I'm going to go 37, actually, just to be safe. With the wet conditions, as they slightly change from session to session, you can find that fuel usage also changes. So if the track dries out slightly, is a little bit quicker, you spend more time on throttle, and as such you use a little bit more fuel, and it's caught me out once before, like, oh, I'm running out of fuel, and it's like, oh, I just didn't account for the difference in fuel. Everything else, I suppose, just in case. I never know with this track. There can easily be a big crash.
30 seconds.
That that you just can't avoid.
20 seconds.
No tire warmers, so might as well back out. I like that the dash on this tells you what speed you have your wipers set at. And hopefully everyone remembers to turn their rain lights on.
Go in double file.
So as you probably know, the major sponsor of... I don't believe Watkins Glen, I think they just sponsor the NASCAR Cup race here, so that's why it usually has its branding around, is Go Boating. Hopefully no one takes that too literally, this race. Though someone could very easily accidentally end up going bowling here. Good jump on the Ginetta in front. That could have been very awkward had I had my nose far enough on the inside of the Ginetta while having the car on my inside. It's a little bit sketchy up here through the S's side by side. We get the Ginetta.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Just wanted to pull out for some visibility. Sent from the Ginetta down the inside of the McLaren. McLaren sliding out wide off the racing line, and will pick up that position too. So up 2 places into P6 now. Ginetta very wide in front. Crash further back. Ginetta very wide again, allows us to get to the inside of the final corner. Ginetta tries to hold it round the outside, but there just wasn't the grip there off the racing line. Now I'm the one that runs it in deep into T1. Tried to stay off the curb to maximise traction, get the grip loss on the racing line. But now the Ginetta is the one that loses grip in the second part. Like that, the McLaren follows us through on the Ginetta. I think it also loses out to another Ginetta there. Battling though has lost us quite a bit of time to the cars in front. 3-second gap. And deep into this left-hander. Tyres a bit low on the pressure, so I feel like the track might be wetter this time than it was in quali. Maybe even wetter than it was in practice. But we have half second on the McLaren behind. Good final sector to open up a further gap behind. Looks like the McLaren's coming under pressure from the Ginetta again. Much better run through T1 this time. Cars in front look like they're certainly close enough to be fighting. The front two have broken away to leave third and fourth fighting. 2 Ginettas. Tires getting closer to that 30 PSI mark. Not quite there yet. Lap times here, 1.1, 1.1, 1.5. So we're matching the times of second and third. His third place runs very wide out of the first corner, but we're a bit faster than the car in second. Still got a second gap to the McLaren behind, which is broken away from the Ginettas. The other Aston now getting up into 7th place ahead of those two Ginettas. Crashed at the bus stop, and meanwhile we've closed in quite a bit on the Ginettas through the first half of this lap. Six and a half tenths up, 20.4 from second, which we're just a tenth off. A little too much apex curve there. Definitely quicker than both the Ginettas up front. 2 second gap to the McLaren behind now. Starting to get into that spray. Seem to be closing up quite a bit in the first sector. Trying to spot a braking point for that left-hander is difficult enough in normal conditions, let alone at night in heavy spray. From a Ginetta that doesn't even have their rain light on. First track limit warning. Still quicker than the Ginettas. Lap time wise. Good turn 1 as well. Oh, that's another wee tap on the wall. Half second of damage this time. Much better run through the second part of the chicane. finding it tough to follow the Ginettas. Just out of track limits there. I think the Ginetta would have been as well. So you have to be careful that penultimate corner for the rest of the race. Ginetta runs out wide. Now they are technically in the AM class, so they might have just seen me poke my nose and decided nope, didn't want anything of it. And just in case I ran deep, you know, they left me as much space as they did, which is definitely the safe option for them. I would have welcomed a fight though. I don't care what the classes are. A good battle is a good battle. But we can now try and chase down the Ginetta in front, the lead Ginetta. Out very wide through this left-hander. They've been struggling a bit. And this will get us onto the podium if we can get ourselves in front, a little bit wide through this long right-hander. First drive through for track limits in. Yeah, matching our best laps so far. Can 8/10 even with making that pass. At the start of last lap. Look at the speed we carry up through the S's. In the slipstream now too. Ginettas go defensive, just go weave around a little bit. With a slide through the bus stop. That's definitely our strength, up the S's and towards the bus stop. Just have to try and stay as close as we can. Though it is difficult to get alongside through the S's. Just with how narrow the racing line is. It runs through the final two corners, drops us back a bit again. But we're still closer than we were one lap ago. think we've got quite as good of a run on the Ginetta this time. No, we're not gaining as much as we were last lap. Wide in the second half of that right-hander. A bit wide there again too. Right through the final two corners than we were last lap. We are a slight bit closer. But only a slight bit. Jeanette got off turn one quite well this time. Though a bad line through the left-hander there has compromised their momentum. They go defensive once again.
On the right. Clear on the right.
They held that very well through the chicane. Ooh, sliding a little bit wide there onto the curb. Yeah, that's cost me time. Could be a little braver on the throttle there, but didn't want to risk running wide and picking up another track warning. Especially with the fact I couldn't quite see where the curb was in the spray.
Falling behind to the car in front in sector 2.
So I have to try and close up on this Ginetta again. Should be able to do that through this first sector. Which we do indeed. Struggling for traction there. They were just slid around rather than driving us forward. Cost us some crucial time. Laps are counting down. I think that there'll be 2 laps to go at the end of this lap.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
Janetta's had a good lap this time round. I think it'll be a sub 201. Yeah, 2 minute point 6. Again, we're not quite close enough up through the S's, not unless Janetta gets a really poor run, which they haven't. It's not a great run, but if we were a bit closer, we definitely might have been able to have taken advantage of it.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Now that's a bit cheeky, cutting the chicane. Yeah. You did make the corner in defending your position.
Behind the car in front in sector 2. Yellow flag in sector 2.
We're closer than we were last time.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Just on the grip on the outside. I don't think we'll have a chance in the final 2 corners here. The Jeanette's just too strong
Leading is finished.
for the rest of the lap. But I'm definitely going to pass that one on to the stewards.
Right in, race team. Good job. Do the best you can. Take it easy. Big lap.
And save replay. So yeah, with a bit of common sense, I'll turn into a 3rd place. Fun race. Shame some people have shown themselves to be the way they are, let's just say. So there we have the provisional results this time. But yeah, coming from 8th on the grid, that's definitely good. It's going to be tough to do that again. But who knows what will happen this race. Hopefully it stays clean, like the first race. But yeah, have to wait and see what happens. Hopefully, session should take over any moment. Here we go.
Alright, there is some rain in this session, so watch out for slippery curves and remember to brake earlier.
Right, setups. I want to put a couple more clicks of pressure. Let's go 3. Go put an extra one in there. Everything else seemed fine, so we'll keep it as is.
30 seconds.
Another thing, like even if we would have just been up to P3 on the grid, it's one position, but we've given us the inside, which I think could have been helpful for these starts. So that start, we got a good run on the car in front of us. I don't think they were quite maximising the speed that you're allowed to take up to the start. And as such, you know, we slightly closed in on them. I don't think we really benefited from that anyway. Yeah, it's not as close to the Jeanette in front as we were. Jeanette went in actually a little bit quick. Gonna get the run on one Janetta here.
On the left.
I don't know if I touched that Janetta or not. I hope I didn't. But like, I didn't get to pick up any damage, or I didn't feel anything. So we're now going chasing after McLaren. McLaren drops it off the exit of T1. I was in a little bit deep myself. But yeah, when you don't onto that curb, you don't have the same traction, and that can happen. In fact, when in practice, when I was going out for my first lap, a car that was coming around T1 spun in front of me, and I had to stamp on the brakes to avoid them. Tires still not up to pressure. Car feels like it's sliding around more than it was last race. So we're into P5. We've got the same two Ginettas in front of us now as we did last race, but they're in the opposite order. Very close to the wall for the Ginetta in front. I was a little bit wide myself. The Ginetta behind us is keeping up. See how much we close in up to the bus stop still. Again, we're still faster than this Ginetta in front. But now we also have the Ginetta behind us, putting us under pressure. Too much apex curb. Ruined my momentum. See how much of a run we get here.
No left. No left.
Let's have the inside, and they kind of let's have the position this time. And now we're free to go chase down the podium. Minute point 1 for the Porsche in second, 2 minute point 8 for the Ginetta in front of us. We also did 2 minute point 8, but that was with the overtake, so we can definitely go a bit quicker than that. This Ginetta might not be as easy to catch as they were in the first race. They seem to have a bit better pace. little bit wide here. Struggled to get the car into the apex. Seconds is the gap. A little bit wide into the final corner. (2:05) from them, so they're running good lap times this race. Off this curb, which is a little bit sketchy, just to try and keep the car straight so that the wheels didn't slide and cause the car to spin. We have a 2-second gap to the two Genes behind, which look like they're going to start fighting. Closed in this lap.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
Gap's now 1.5 seconds.
Yellow flag, be careful there.
Annoyingly, someone went as they've RTG'd who've sort of caused a yellow flag bug in pit lane. Yeah, a bit of a slower lap from the Jeanette in front. Last time in 2:01. Losing it again this lap. Ooh, a little blink.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
They purposefully disqualified themselves or accidentally got disqualified. Let's see the lap times this time round. We weren't just quick. 2 minute 0.9, 2 minute 0.7. We gained about 2/10. We're really going to need more than that if we want to close up in time and be quick enough to make an overtake. Car understeering a little bit as I'm trying to get the throttle down. We've closed in this lap so far. I've got to deal with the spray. Oh, the car just had a little slide on the rear end there. Cost us a 10th or so. Half a second, the gap now. Yeah, you gained 7/10 that lap. Janez missed the braking point. That's got us to sail on through for P3. Again, a bit easier than I would have liked to. Yeah, last time it was handy as it allowed us to chase down the other Ginetta. This time we've got a Porsche that we're not too far away from. But with the time left in the race and the Porsche is slightly quicker than the Ginetta was, I don't see us catching up to the Porsche. A little deep into this left-hander. Car sliding away through the exit of the corner. It was a good first sector for the lap, was a couple of tenths up, but then through this middle sector lost double that time. Track cut. Second one, so we still have a little bit of a safety net, but still don't want to go abusing it into 59th for the Porsche in front. Yeah. Don't think I'll be catching that Porsche. Just dodge. With the wet conditions too, the track limits are sort of much harsher. You can't just sort of lift to get a no time gain. You just need to avoid going over off the track at all. That's wider than I'd like to be over that curb. feels like it's sliding around a little bit more at times. Whether that's just how conditions have changed between the track, the tyres, or if there's something just slightly different in my driving this race. Laps to go here. Just double checking it didn't have any damage. Reminding myself that was indeed the previous race where I tagged the wall going up to the S's. Again, 2/10 up. Coming out of the long right-hander after the inner loop chicane. Struggling to hold on to it through the middle sector. Run through the penultimate corner.
Yellow flag is
It's alright through the final corner. Will be our quickest lap of the race so far.
Well done, mate. The fastest lap so far.
2 laps to go now. Tidy run through the first corner. Car just sliding as it came off the curb into turn 2. You can tell by the traction lights flashing up. Oh dear. I just lost grip in the middle of the corner and that put me on a one-way trip to the wall. Lucky with the next lap being the final lap shouldn't affect us too much. And none of it's suspension, which is the main part. Another thing with that wide moment when you set the car up and you plant the throttle, the rear wheels trying to put the power down actually helps rotate the car, but only does if you've actually set the car up right in the middle of the corner or on the entry to the corner. So that's one of the reasons why I went wide for that corner, is because I couldn't get on the throttle to help rotate the car, is being off the racing line and we've just understeered into the wall. So then I have the final corner to take a podium on the track in the second race. Actually, be 2 podiums tonight. Ah yeah, why not? Some donuts. Go on. There we go. Not gonna lie, this car sounds really dull doing donuts. For whatever reason, the RPM just very low. It's not properly spinning up the wheels. I don't know why. Yeah, quick time check. We have a couple of minutes until the LFM race starts. Just want to see. Nearly maximized the sectors on the final lap. Well, there's 4.5 hundredths there, 2.5 hundredths there, which would be 7 hundredths overall. It'd still be a 2-minute .1. So happy with that. There was a little slightly quicker. Oh no, that's the one I crashed on. So never mind that. But yeah, good race. Happy with that. It was, as far as we could tell, it was a clean race too, which very difficult in those conditions, especially in that opening lap when you just don't know how brave everyone can be, or how brave you can even be yourself on the cold, wet tires. There is confirmation of the results. So yeah, we will now get ready for the LFM race. Which should be starting sort of any moment now. Split 1. Suzuka. This week seems to be much quieter than last week was at the Nürburgring. Only 59 people signed up for this session, compared to the 110, I think it was, for the same time last week. Temperatures are quite hot. As you can see by our driver number, we're 14. We're the 14th rated driver on ELO. There's 30 people signed up, so we're mid-pack, apparently. So compared to the Nürburgring, this is just like as if Split 1 and 2 was combined. So yeah, let's have a little look. TC's at 4. I'm going to leave it at 4. Bring it down. 3.8 litres a lap. Let's just say 4. I'm going to get 5 laps in. So that's going to be 20 litres. And yeah, we'll wait a minute once everyone gets everyone else to pile out. But track temperatures are very high. 40 degrees is pretty high. And with Suzuka being a quite technical track, you know, through the S's, straight into the diagonals pretty much. Then you've got the hairpin, the run 2 spoon as well, spoon itself, 130R. They're all quick corners that put a lot of energy into tyres. You know, like in F1, it's seen as a high tyre wear track, where 2 stops can be more powerful, but if you've got a tyre delta, it's very easy to make a move, just because how important tyre grip is and how easily it drops away as laps tick by and the tyres age. Going to set up just to properly get the tyres, sort of put a little bit of heat back into them. And we'll head out once again. I've had no practice. So this qualifying is going to be a bit of a learning process. To be honest, this is a track where, even though it's only a 12-minute session, it might be more beneficial doing 2 stints, only doing like 2 flying laps on each tyre. But with how long the lap is, it's around the 2-minute mark in a GT3 car. You know, you don't get many laps in for a session like this. Trying to open up the exit of the chicane, straight line the exit as much as possible to get the best traction possible. taking a little bit of extra tarmac on the entry into T1. Then try and flow the car through the S's. Most notable trait for the McLaren is the rear end sort of sliding around as we see there. So just try and feel out how slidey is it going to be around here. I didn't think that was tight enough to invalidate the lap. Tire pressures are getting a little high, especially on the front left. But they're not into the 27s just yet. I don't know if that's going to validate my next lap, putting the chicane like that. I wouldn't be surprised if it does. Because I don't have the HUD on, I don't properly know. That. See, I can't tell at the moment if that slap's legal or not. And as such, I can't tell if that line I took through Degner 1 was legal or not. And again, like Nürburgring, I miscounted how many laps I get in this session, and I've left myself one potential lap short on fuel. Oh, it was valid. Well, that answers that question. It's good to know. Car getting unsettled from the curb. Well, I might have 3 laps of fuel. Might be close. Safer on the curb in terms of track cutting at Degner 1. tyres actually seem like they're at good pressure. Front tyres are a little high, but it's mainly just the front left. Tried to rotate as they turned in for the left-hander there. It's going to be tight here. Purcell's 13th at the moment. A little bit quick into turn 2. Not a great line into the S's. They'll compromise us sort of the whole way through here. A little bit wide for the apex at Dunlop curve to exit the S's. That leaves us 2/10 down on our delta. A little bit braver through Degner 1, makes that time back up. Pretty much equal heading into the hairpin. I think this right in front of us is backing off to kill its tyres. I just clipped the gas on entry. Again, the rear end just sliding around. I was trying to see if I could see what the fuel is on the dash, but I think it's hidden by the low fuel warning, which is a bit silly. Why would you have a low fuel warning that covers how much fuel you have left? I don't know. It's going to be tight to finish this lap. I'll probably end up running out on the run to the line. No, that's... I thought that was wide. Just about kept on the track between the Degners. Getting to the apex at the second part spoon. Get away with taking the grass there if you don't come across the curb on the exit. Up to line, the lap's not going to be quicker anyway. There goes the fuel. They needed a 1/10 of a liter and it would have been fine. Yeah, so currently seeing a 19th final car coming across the line now. Stay at 19th. What was... Oh, because... Didn't tell me what the pressures were when I reset. Because I had to return to garage twice. Go take that down half PSI. Go take this down 2 clicks. Fuel we know was about 3.4. Let's say that's rounded up. So we should still see 13 laps this race. 13 times 3.4 is 44. So let's just go 46 to be safe.
Seconds.
Right, so we'll be on the inside for turn 1 in 19th. It's going to be difficult to pass here at Suzuka.
20 seconds.
For GT3s. You know, you really need... Ideally, you want something that differentiates you in the car that you're racing to try and help you past.
Go in double file. Low tide vision, stay clear on the curves.
Gain temperature into the brakes. These tires don't need much temperature, they'll heat up in these conditions quite nicely, but we'll still need the pressure in them. If anything, the heat will sort of be more optimal in this first lap, and then by the second lap they'll be a bit too warm. That Lambo has a rush to get back into their position. Luckily, start is slow enough that you do have time to do so. Good jump off the start. Nearly 3 wide. Things really backing up through turn 1. We get down the inside of a Mercedes. Try and see if I can get to the inside of the Mustang. Was worried it wasn't going to leave us the room there for a moment, but it just about did. And we get the move done on the Mustang. Another car was off wide, so we're up 3 positions, I believe. We're up to 14th. That's... Try not to hit that Lambo, but got very close. No damage, at least. Now that Mustang's very quick in a straight line, so we do have to be a bit worried of it. On the run to 130R here. But we're up to 14th, which is where you'd expect us to be given the Evo rating. Other car's much braver than I was. Oh dear. Yeah, I'll have to reverse. Then still someone. Probably 2 cars going side by side. But yeah, I was struggling getting the car slowed down before going into the back of the Lambo, so I had to take to the grass a little bit, and that inevitably spun us. By 4 seconds of damage it was. So we've got to make up that ground all over again. Just tagged the Ferrari. I'm going to wait up for them. They're having to wait for other cars. Always risk falling so closely into a slow corner like that. Looks like there has been a crash in front. Did see, yeah, there is the yellow flag in the S's. For 18, which is the Lambo that we nearly ran into the back of. Looks like they're getting going again. Yeah, you can just see them in the distance. Oh, so much understeer. It's only 4 seconds of damage, and it was on the rear right. Still 19 minutes left in the race. We'll have 10 laps after this. So that's a Nissan that's spun off. That must have just been off the curb through the double left-hander. And the front left is a little low on pressure. Better entry into the S's this time. Delta at the moment's being taken from the lap that we spun the Ferrari round and waited on them. So that's why it's way into the negatives now. Looks like another car's been spun off at Spoon. This time a Ferrari, as I make a mess of the second part of Spoon. We're closing in on the Lambo and McLaren that are fighting in front. Looks like the McLaren getting a bit wide there. This is going to turn into a four-way fight over 24th. So I need to not slide around like that. That's only going to damage the tyre, which will hurt us in the long run for this race. Did also hurt us in the short run in terms of losing time. McLaren's out wide. That's allowed the Lambo through. Everyone just started braking earlier than I was expecting. It's also difficult because you never know what the car in front of you is going to do into that corner. Are they going to defend tight to the inside or hold a wide line? So in those situations you never know, where the little bit of space is going to be to place your own car. That might just be out. You can see how quickly the Lambo is running away now that it's got past the McLaren. McLaren going really defensive. And Fry trying to round the outside. Doesn't get the move done. Look how much we're closing in through the S's. And McLaren's just so slow. You need to watch the sliding through this right-hander at the end of the S's. That'll be enough track. Fry's got the move done on the McLaren now. McLaren looks like it has a fair amount of damage, which would explain why they're struggling for pace.
On the left.
Oh, just try and push us into the gravel then, sure, why not?
Clear on the left.
Fry in front, chase down the Lamborghini.
Keep pushing.
And if they start fighting, we could close up again as well. Fry's looking to the inside into turn 1. And looks to have got that move done through turn 2 as well. So maybe Lambo's struggling as well with a bit of damage. Clipped the grass there. Lost me by half a second. But we are closing up to the Lambo. Man's had a mistake coming out of Spoon. Lambo's very wide through turn 1. That gifts us P25. We have a lapped car coming up. Rear end started to come around, coming off the curb through Dykener 1. just didn't feel like I wanted to turn through the hairpin. That car letting us all through. Definitely faster than cars in front of us, but there's some gaps to be closed down, and whether we have enough time to close those gaps down, I'm not too sure. In the rear end, stepping out over the curb, or off the curb I should say, off Degner 1. Better rotation through the hairpin that time. Things do seem to be closing up a bit here. It's probably losing it, getting a bit distracted or something, running wide, kind of like what we did on a quali lap. Runs wide again through turn 2. Fry's had an issue. That promotes us another spot to 24th. And all of a sudden there's a cluster of cars in front of us. If you look on the mini-map, there's a big gap between car 20 and the next car in front of them. I think car 20 was holding up a train as car 12 now has an issue coming out of Spoon. But car 20 was sort of holding up the train, and it seems like the cars behind them, the second and third cars in the train, have come to blows, and that's just backed everyone up. It will be 3 laps to go when we cross start finish line, so not a lot of time to get moves done. No time gained. Handy enough. Sliding by a little bit through the right-hander. So are we. We seem to be more confident through Degner 2 than the Fry in front. Fry taking the wide line there. Allows us to be really close. Seem to have a bit more momentum than on us as we head up towards Spoon. McLaren, they're running wide. Fry goes for a dive. We're going to try and follow them through. The McLaren at the front of this little train also was running wide. I think it was the McLaren, at least. Olga Marty. We are doing some Newms. Hasn't been very clean Newms this race, but we're trying to finish on a high. Making up some final positions. 2 laps to go here. Fry in front, out wide. Looks like the number 9 is struggling this lap. That's the second time they've popped up as a slow car. Fry gets out wide out of Degner 2.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
And that allows us to get through.
Okay, clear was at the final lap there. Give it to okay.
McLaren in front made a mistake as well. A little bit wide there through the second part of Spoon. I think there's the potential to get one more place here in the final lap. The McLaren in front, but it's going to be difficult. Everyone a little bit deep into the chicane. I was alright, but then I clipped that curb and I got a little bit of wheel spin. Rear slid about as I tried to put down a bit of power between the 2 parts. So final lap then. Both us and the McLaren sliding about through turn 2. I just got into the grass. Lost the position to the Ferrari again. Still trying to recover. little bit of action up in front. That McLaren that we were chasing down looks like to be trying to pass a black Ferrari. Looks like they have got through. Oh, it could have been there to try and take advantage of it had I not made that mistake. Into the final sector now. We're going to be too far back to do anything. Not unless something big happens. We've also ran quite deep into the chicane. So yeah, it's going to be P23 there.
Good job. You did the best you could. Take it easy. Take it low.
Yeah, very messy race. Just small misjudgments, little bits of contact, and yeah. Unfortunately, yeah, a bit of a disappointing race, but yeah, that one's kind of all on me. Oh well. I'll tell you why those races seemed cleaner, because they were a community race that holds themselves to good standards, whereas this is kind of semi-public lobby with LFM. We'd have to wait for the 27 to finish a whole lap to see the results, so yeah, we'll just move on to our normal finishing stream part. Yes, it is Art of Rally time. So let's see. First of all, let's see where we are in the week of the event. We did this on Tuesday, I believe. So we're currently saying 45th in the top 10%. Not too bad, not as good as last week for sure. But we did have that very messy opening stage. In the daily event, let's see where we finished on Tuesday. 26th, which is good going, good clean stage. But that one seems to be quite competitive. I then did it yesterday as well, when I had a little bit of downtime. Didn't go very well, as you can see. So let's see what we can do today. We've got a Group 2 car at Norway on a mixed surface stages. It's going to be on the fog though for the 3.8 mile stage. This looks like a BMW. Yes, it's BMW. Fog's definitely going to make it a bit difficult to see if we get to high-speed sections, which, if I remember correctly, I want to say there definitely is in Norway here. Now, this is definitely the BMW. When you see the front of the car again, you'll recognize why. I believe this is a BMW 2002. Oh, that is a really bad landing. Car just kind of swayed to the right and tried to keep out of the hay field, but just still tapped him slightly. Oh, just about avoided that tree. Yeah, the limited visibility is certainly making things difficult on this tarmac section. That could have ended very poorly over that crest. There's the final corner, 210.7. Puts us 26th. I'm surprised we're that high up given we hit the hay bales and had to reverse. I probably could have been top 20 without that mistake. It is what it is. Oh, I meant to show you the front of the car. But the grille, it was the BMW style grille, you know, two short nostrils in a way, kind of like. Wasn't sort of like the Alfa Romeo V shield kind of like shape. So yeah, I think that is a BMW 2002. I think. But yeah, maybe other people did same. Yeah, it's likely. It's quite a big jump. And Art Rally definitely used to be worse for the landings. There used to be a case of very bad landings and it being a lot more common. Kidney grill, yeah, if that's what it's known as, yeah. But yeah, there were a couple of updates that did make landings a bit better, but you can still have the wee moment where the car just drifts across the track, unfortunately, and gives you a bad time. But yeah, that's going to do it for today's stream. Pardon me. We will be back tomorrow. So we will tomorrow afternoon for some more WRC. We have a few club events. There's two main club events, and then there's two par stage events, which is simply one stage, sort of a one-stage shootout. So we'll be starting with the EA Creator Series Rally, which is with the previous gen WRC cars at Scandia, Norway. So snowy, it's going to be very difficult. Sort of the practice stage I ran to get the thumbnail. That's going to be a very difficult one. And then we've got sort of a test event for an upcoming series from SROL. Let me just make sure I'm getting the name right. The Winter Wrangle coming up soon. Little test event. We'll be using not the last gen, but the older WRC cars from the late 90s, early 2000s, I believe. And that will be at Croatia. But that's a bit of a shorter event since it's only a test one. And then, yeah, as I said, we've got a couple of par stages. Can't remember what's in store from them, but we'll give them a good go. So yeah, it'll end up being a bit of a shorter stream tomorrow, since there isn't as much, but it should still be fun. And then on Saturday, of course, we've got the big 6-hour endurance race I'm doing solo. Qualifying starts at 10:30 a.m. in the morning, UK time. Race about just after 11. Then we'll be going on for 6 hours until 5 o'clock. So yeah, that should be good fun at Donington. So yeah, I hope to see as many of you there to keep me company for the long, long stream that it will be. But yeah, as I mentioned, that's going to be it for today. Thank you all for watching, Iris and Artie being here, and anyone else who's lurking. Hopefully I'll see you over the next couple of days. But in the meantime, enjoy the rest of your evening. Have a good start to your weekend on Friday. And yeah, I'll hopefully see you tomorrow or Saturday. But until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.